What is guys, HyRoolLegend, and I'm coming at you guys with another content of Cookie and Kingdom. With the Dark Cacao Server being released in about a day with the new update coming up, I just want to make a video talking about some of the best cookies to start off the game with, because I know a lot of new players as well as old players might take advantage of the new server. So without further ado guys, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so I just want to let you guys know that this list is based on my opinion as well as from my experience. So if you guys ever feel like there needs to be a removal or addition of any of the cookies that I have listed, then you guys can always let me know down in the comments below, and also you guys can help out the other players or newer players that are trying to get into the game. And also, second thing is definitely if you guys ever pull any of these 5 right now, Pure Vanilla, Hollowberry, Dark Cacao, Sea Fairy, as well as Frost Queen, I would say you guys should definitely keep the account and use that account to progress throughout the story and use the crystals you save up to pull for other cookies. If I ever want to do a ranking of the ancients and legendaries currently right now inside of the game, then the top picks are going to be Dark Cacao as well as Sea Fairy. Next one is going to be Pure Vanilla and Hollowberry, and the last one is going to be Frost Queen. The reason why Frost Queen is going to be last is because of the fact that Frost Queen cannot use her skills second portion on bosses, as well as she is absolutely useless right now in episode 13 and 14. So that's just the reason why I would say, Frost Queen is going to be a bit of a lower choice, if I have to say so, just because compared to other ones, her viability is a little less. But let's get into the list of the epic cookies that you guys should definitely start out with, and the first one without a doubt is going to be Eclair. So if you guys remember, Eclair is absolutely a beast right now. Eclair's weakness debuff is a unique debuff that only he has, and which is one of the best debuffs inside of the game. His weakness debuff is going to make the enemy cookies take 25% extra damage. It's not a defense debuff, it's not a damage reduction debuff, but it's actually a pure damage debuff. He's going to make all of the attacks that they take increase by 25%, and this can be stacked up to 4 times, which means that it can increase from 25 to all the way up to 100%. So I just want to let you guys know, if you guys ever start off with Eclair, he is going to be amazing. And also another bonus is that not only does he do a massive amount of damage, but he will also provide a 25% maximum HP shield for 3 seconds if any of the enemies that he debuffed were killed or defeated within the battle. So definitely Eclair is going to be my top choice for any of the newer players or any of the players who are starting off a new account inside of Dark Cacao Server. Next one is going to be Cotton. I'll have to say Cotton without a doubt is still one of the best cookies, if not the best cookie to use inside of the World Aspiration. Cotton is still amazing. Even inside of the arena, she'll still perform very, very well against a lot of the teams. Not only is she amazing at doing damage, she also heals. She also kind of tanks with the sheep herd. I just don't know what to say. Cotton is a great all-arounder, and she will definitely carry your team inside of the World Aspiration, which is going to be key mode for you guys to clear out in order to get the maximum amount of crystals in the beginning, right? So definitely Cotton is going to carry you guys all the way. I use her in episode 13 and 14, so technically if you guys do get Cotton, you guys can use her from all the way from episode 1 to episode 14. So definitely Cotton is going to be one of the best choice as well. So I know I talked about 2 different supports inside of the game, and of course if you guys know, this game does require a lot of skill powder. So another cookie that I want to talk about is going to be Strawberry Crate Cookie. Yes, there can be debates about whether Strawberry Crate Cookie is good or not, but I just want to say, inside of the game and inside of World Aspiration, there's going to be times when some of your cookies, especially the middle lane, are not going to be able to survive all the damage that the enemies deal. So that's when Strawberry Crate Cookie comes in clutch, especially when you don't have someone like Hollowberry or Dark Cacao or even Pure Vanilla to kind of heal it up, or damage focus or the knockback and debuffs. Strawberry Crate is going to be providing a 50% damage resist to 2 of your lowest HP cookies, majority of the time being the DPS. So when this happens, Strawberry Crate is going to be a very, very good buff provider. And on top of that, Strawberry Crate Cookie is going to be knocking back some of the enemies that gets hit by this skill. So providing a knockback as well as a 50% damage resist and a pretty decent amount of damage to all of the enemies is going to be a perk for Strawberry Crepe. And if you guys are wondering who to use as a great tank inside of the game for your team, Strawberry Crepe is not going to be a bad choice at all. So let's talk about another tank that you can start out with, and that is going to be Dark Choco. Of course, Dark Choco's stats are going to be lower than a lot of the other newer cookies because of the fact that Dark Choco has been released since the beginning. However, a very unique thing about Dark Choco is the 20% defense reduction for 7 seconds that he is able to provide on all of the enemies hit by his lightning, which is the reason why Dark Choco is used inside of the guild boss battle. So I just want to let you guys know Dark Choco is amazing for any of the bosses, especially the bosses where you're going to have to deal with 2 different phases, and that is going to include Dark Enchantress in 10-31 as well as the Dragon in 12-30. Of course, some of the bosses right now inside of the game, like episode 13 and 14, does not require Dark Choco, but for the newer players who are going to start off, you need to clear episode 10, 11, 12, and Dark Choco is going to be amazing for you guys to use to kind of make that process a lot easier. And on top of that, Dark Choco can be used inside of the guild boss battle, and he is pretty much the only tank right now that you can use inside of the guild boss battle. So I would say starting off with Dark Choco is not going to be a bad idea at all. So just now we talked about 2 different tanks, so let me talk about 2 of the DPSs that you can definitely start off with for the game. And that first one is going to be Pumpkin Pie. Of course, this can be debatable as well. And the reason why is Pumpkin Pie's HP pool is super low. So compared to any of the other cookies, Pumpkin Pie's survivability inside of some of these stages is very slim. And especially when they nuke the middle lane, Pumpkin Pie is usually the first one to go. However, the damage as well as the tankiness that Pumpkin Pie provides with her skill Pom-Pom is going to be one of the reasons why Pumpkin Pie is going to be amazing to start the game off with. Alright, so that is kind of the key point of the reason why I'm choosing these cookies. The reason why they are so good is because of the value they provide in the beginning of the game. So Pom-Pom is going to be an amazing tank. Not only that, going to be providing a 70% debuff of healing for 3 seconds of anyone who is hit by the auto attack that Pom-Pom does, as well as there is going to be that strike damage when Pom-Pom is summoned, and that is going to be a decent amount of damage with a knockup. And on top of that, if you guys are using any of the other summoners like Cotton, then Pom-Pom is also going to be providing a 45% attack speed buff while Pom-Pom is active on the field. So I just want to say Pom-Pom is just amazing. Overall, just a good tank / damage dealer as well. So if you guys are starting off the game with Pom-Pom or Pumpkin Pie, is going to be a good choice as well. But I would say yes, Pumpkin Pie, compared to the other cookies, might fall behind as you guys progress throughout the story. But I do want to let you guys know she is still going to be an amazing cookie to start the game off with. And the last cookie that I want to talk about is going to be Sorbet Straw Cookie. And there are a couple assassins or a couple of the ambush cookies as well as the single hit target DPS cookies that are very strong. And another cookie that can be within the list is going to be Caramel Arrow, but the reason why I chose Sorbet Straw Cookie first is because of the fact that Sorbet Straw Cookie is going to be in the middle lane. Caramel Arrow is going to be in the front lane, which also means that she is going to be a tank, and it might be a little bit hard to use Caramel Arrow, and a lot of newer players might think that Caramel Arrow can be used as a single tank. That is not the case. That is the reason why I would say, if you're starting off the game, it might just be better to start with a actual pure tank like Strawberry Crepe or Dark Choco, rather than having a Caramel Arrow who might just kind of mess up and just confuse the players with the somersault and leaving the whole entire team behind and vulnerable for damage. But Sorbet Straw Cookie is going to be a very good option. Not only as an ambush in the middle lane, but also his damage is going to be a pure damage just like Caramel Arrow. Sorbet Straw Cookie is going to jump up in the air and dive at the enemies, dealing AoE damage or area damage in a straight line where those enemies are. On top of that, causing a pure damage or a damage that is going to be 662% to any of the enemies that are not cookies. And on to the cookies, it's going to be a 30% pure damage based on their maximum HP. So I would say Sorbet Shot Cookie is going to be an amazing pick, especially for any of the boss battles, because, you know, for my free-to-play account, I've gone all the way up to episode 11. The only thing that I really regret or want to, you know, change is the DPS, or the main DPS that I use for bosses, because sometimes without having someone like Sorbet Shot Cookie who is able to do a burst damage, it's hard to deal with these bosses that have a giant HP pool. So I would say if you guys ever have the opportunity to have Sorbet Shot Cookie or even farm the soul stone of Sorbet Shot Cookie, I would say it is going to be a good choice, and Sorbet Shot Cookie is going to be a good DPS to start the game off with. But there you guys go. Those are a couple of the cookies that I wanted to share. 2 supports slash healer, as well as 2 tanks, as well as 2 DPSs that you guys can start the game off with. Of course, you know, the team is going to be built with 5 different cookies, and that means that you're going to have to choose different cookies to, you know, fill up the different areas with. And that means that, you know, someone like pomegranate, someone like herb, someone like parfait, someone like manchoco, cocoa, you know, and so on, even latte, caramel arrow, they obviously can be used inside of your team. However, this is a list to talk about some of the best cookies to start the game off with and to carry your team in the beginning, so that you guys are not stuck and trying to pull the best cookies or the best cookies to beat certain level with. So I just wanted to give you guys a list so that you guys start the game off with in an easier pace. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys found the video helpful. If you guys did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you guys don't miss out on any future Cooking and Kingdom videos as well as live streams that I do on YouTube. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.